Hey everyone, and to all of my Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and to all of my totally rocking dudes and dudettes, and to all of my princes and princesses, and to all of my pros and progresses, it's your girl Claire again. I hope that you're all doing well. Back again with another video. But yeah. Government has announced new COVID rules for England, including working from home if possible and wearing masks in all public places. From Friday, the 10th of December, face coverings are mandatory for most indoor public venues, including places of worship, theatres, cinemas, as well as on public transport and in places like shops and hairdressers. Masks won't be needed in pubs or restaurants, nor in venues like gyms where it's not practical to wear them. From Monday the 13th of December, people should work from home if they can. From Wednesday the 15th of December, subject to parliamentary approval, people will need a NHS COVID pass, showing their vaccination status or recent negative lateral flow test. Again, entry to nightclubs on indoor and outdoor unseated venues and any venue. People who've come into contact with Omicron cases currently have to go into self-isolation for 10 days. Ministers intend to change the rules so they can do daily COVID tests instead. Pupils at secondary schools are strongly advised to wear face coverings and common wearers, as should staff and visitors at all schools and childcare settings. Contacts of suspected or confirmed Omicron cases will be contacted and required to self-isolate for 10 days, regardless of the age or vaccination status. Anyone travelling to the UK has to take a PCR or LFT no more than 48 hours before their departure, and a PCR test within 48 hours of arrival in the UK, and must self-isolate until they have a negative result. 1 metre plus social distancing remains in places such as hospitals and passport control. Anyone with COVID symptoms or test positive has to self-isolate. Every eligible person in England, Scotland and Wales should be able to book their booster by the end of January, although some may get it at a later date. NHS COVID pass needed to entry in nightclubs, cinemas, theatres and concert halls. Work from home when possible. Face coverings compulsory in schools and public transport and shops and hospitals. A limit of 30 people from different households mixing in homes. Face coverings compulsory in shops, indoor seated venues and visitor attractions. Public transport. Post-primary pupils must wear a face covering inside school buildings as well as on school transport. Staff are encouraged to wear masks in schools where they can't socially distance. Vaccine passports for venues including nightclubs, bars and cinemas. Work from home whenever possible. 2 metre physical distancing rules remain in healthcare settings such as hospitals, GPs, surgeries and dentists. Face coverings still compulsory on public transport and inside places like shops. All school staff and secondary pupils wear face coverings indoors. Indoor hospitality venues must collect customer contact details. Work from home as possible until at least the middle of January. All over 18s required to prove their vaccine status at nightclubs or other venues. Nicola Sturgeon has urged people to take lateral flow tests before mixing with other households, or LFTs for short. People in England should start working at home again if they can as part of the government's Plan B measures to tackle the spread of the Omicron variant. The government in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland has already advised staff to continue working remotely whenever possible. England people should return to working from home as they can from Monday the 13th of December, so next week at the time of this video being filmed. Boris Johnson has said, go to work if you must, but work from home if you can. In Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon has told employers they should ensure that all staff who worked from home at the start of the pandemic are able to do so again until at least the middle of January. In Northern Ireland, the minister said that more people working from home would help to reduce the risk of infection both inside and outside the workplace. In Wales, employers are encouraged to let people work from home if possible. Staff should not be required or placed under pressure to return. Although social distancing limits no longer apply across most of the UK, business still have the legal duty to manage the risk of staff and customers. Safety measures can include minimising visitors, improving ventilation, using one-way systems, and additional cleaning. Face coverings are mandatory for staff and customers in shops and on public transport across the UK. Working from home is one of the most effective ways to reduce social exposure. It greatly limits face-to-face contact both with colleagues and on public transport. Much of the risk depends on how crowded it is and your distance from other people. Wearing a mask helps, as does keeping windows open and avoiding peak journey times where possible. From Friday to 10th December, face coverings are required in most public indoor venues, such as cinemas, theatres and places of worship. The government has already reintroduced masks in shops, on public transport and at hubs like railway stations. Masks already compulsory staff, customers, hairdressers, tattoos, salon studios and nail bars, banks, takeaways, taxis under 12s are exempt, as well as those who can't wear face coverings for medical reasons. Same for school pupils are strongly advised to wear masks in common areas as their staff and visitors. There are exceptions when it's not practical to wear face coverings, such as when eating, drinking, singing or exercising. Government says that's why face masks will not be required in pubs, restaurants or gyms. Until the 19th of July, customers in England were required to wear masks in hospitality settings when not seated. Scotland, masks must be worn in shops and public transport. And in pubs and restaurants when not seated. They are compulsory for all school staff as well as pupils, and in universities. Northern post-primary pupils must wear face coverings inside school buildings, as should staff if they can't socially distance. The masks must also be worn public transport, shops, charity venues and rails. Masks are legally required on public transport and in all public indoor areas, apart from pubs and restaurants. Secondary school pupils are asked to wear masks in class. So I hope everyone's had a good day. I did. I've just been chilling really, watching YouTube. I'm also talking to Danny as well. Just been the usual conversations about how he's like looking forward to seeing me at New Horizons, and I guess I'm looking forward to seeing him as well. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I will be like chatting to him then or like next week Friday, or maybe after like when we come back in January after like the whole New Year's holidays and all that. But we will see where it goes. We'll also see if I do join DDM, but whether or not, because of the whole college situation. We'll see how the college situation goes, first of all. We'll see. No, we'll see with the whole college situation. We'll see how that gets resolved at the end of this week, hopefully, and then I'll make my decision then. So yeah. And also my mum has to go and get her CT scan as well, while I'm at New Horizons anyway, so that's good. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you see, please feel free to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe and turn on the notification bell and share this video. This has been your girl Claire saying peace out. Peace out to all of my Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and keep on rocking, you totally awesome rocking dudes and dudettes. Remember to always be yourself and stay yourself. To all of my princes and princesses, and to all of my loyal pros and progresses. Once again, this has been your girl Claire. Peace out, good night, have a wonderful rest of the week, and have a lovely weekend. Claire Oskin, signing out. Bye.